What's up, guys? We're back with a new little ice fishing video for you guys. Everybody's, getting prepared, getting geared up. I know you're seeing all these new ice fishing videos up on YouTube. There's a scramble, a mad dash for them, first ice, all that good stuff. I'm working on my first ice edit right now, actually. Me and Zach got after it and had 2 days of good, solid first ice fishing. It was pretty sketchy ice. Definitely wouldn't recommend going out this early. I recommend like 4 inches of ice or more. It's usually a safe zone kind of thing. You could bring a buddy with you on 4 inches of ice, and usually you're all right. You're fine. But I know there's people that go out there on 2 inches and 3 inches of ice. I myself have before too, but it's just one of those things. It's just not that safe of a deal. So anyways, guys, we're here today. Got a package in the mail, so we're gonna do unboxing, unpackaging, I guess you would say, because might as well when we haven't done one in a while. So it's ice fishing time. Let's do something a little bit different. It's not bass fishing gear that we're getting this time. It's some ice fishing gear, but let's open this thing up and see what we have. So this package is from Eurotackle, guys. And I'm definitely a big supporter of them. They're pretty sweet company. So, anyways, but yeah, bunch of new stuff, bunch of little grubs, some shrimps. Let's see, we got some fat assassins in there, and these Y-fries. So we got just a bunch of different colors. I think we got 3 different colors in the Y-fries, 2 different colors in the shrimps. So you got kind of like a red and a brown in the shrimps, pink, a gold, and a white in the Y-fries. And we have a chartreuse and a white in these fat assassins. So those look pretty good. I love the fat assassins as well, because you can kind of chop the body off halfway, and they still look kind of like a grub or something. So they really love those. But yeah, another really good one. So bunch of new soft plastics for ice fishing. So that was the tackle unboxing today, pretty much, or unbagging. And for those of you just wanting to get into ice fishing, maybe it's your first time watching an ice fishing video because of me, because of somebody else, who knows. Just, you want to get out there and you want to try it, but you're really iffy on if you're going to like it. And of course, you don't want to jump into a new hobby. You don't want to just go spending a bunch of money on something that you don't really know you're going to like. And turns out you go spend a couple $100 or whatever on a bunch of gear to go ice fishing, and you get out there and you don't even like it, and now you just have a couple $100 worth of gear that you're not sure what you're going to do with. So right off the bat, just go out, do a basic setting. Maybe go with a friend that's already been ice fishing, knows some decent spots. If you don't have like a Vexlar or any sort of sonar or anything like that, it's good to just go with a buddy that already knows a couple spots that can get you on some fish. And that's just going to kind of boost your morale and help you, want to be out there and want to, kind of endure the cold a little bit to catch these fish. But to begin with, if you are going to kind of go with a rod setup, a really good cheap rod to go with is some of these HT series. You can usually pick these up at your local Sportsman's or North 40. Kind of a blue rod with an orange tip to it. You can get these rods in a couple different sizes, but they're usually a $10 rod. It's a super good rod. They're actually very well made, and they don't usually break easily. They come, like I said, in a couple different sizes, so you can really pinpoint or choose what kind of rod you want for the application. If you have a little bit smaller rod, it's usually for kind of just jigging right over a hole for smaller panfish, things like that. If you have a little bit bigger rod, you get a little bit more backbone in it. You can catch a little bit bigger fish, sometimes walleye, bigger perch, bass, things like that. Not always just panfish. So basically, in turn, you do the deciding on what you're going to go for, and pick out a rod. But for $10, it's a great rod to go with right off the bat. And then you can pair it up with just a $10 reel that they have there at the store. That's usually they usually always have them pretty close by to the rods. you know, not anything name brand or anything, but it's gonna get you out there, and it's gonna really it'll help you get on some fish right off the bat. I mean, if you don't even have that amount of money, just getting a spool line and maybe like a tungsten jig or just a little small, you know, minnow, or just even a hook and some worm, it'll catch you some fish, trust me. But you just definitely gotta stay with it. But this was a pretty cheap little setup that I bought from my local North 40. Excuse me, kind of got some burps here. But yeah, $10 rod. I got this one in this 36-inch ultralight. Works honestly great for panfish and as well as bigger fish, just because it has that backbone to it as well. And I paired it up with the 13 Fishing Heatwave reel that you can pick up actually from a local North 40 for, I think I paid $15 for it, kind of thing. I got mine on a deal that actually came together, but yeah, you never know what you're gonna get kind of during the holiday season. But anyway, so great little setup. But even the cheaper reels that they sell there will work just as well, I mean, with this rod kind of thing. So it's really just, you know, your preference on what you want to get. But for a cheap, you know, just going out and starting a little setup to only, you know, put you back maybe at most $25, it's a must kind of thing. And yeah, to think about it, you know, like, oh, you use it the one time, maybe you don't catch fish, maybe you don't like it, you throw it in the corner, or you give it to your son later on in the years, you know, or somebody else that might go ice fishing and they could use the heck out of it, or you don't use it, you know, whatever, you know. So it's not too expensive to get into, that's for sure. But once you do get into it and you kind of start liking it or whatever, you can get into more things, you know, like tungsten jigs by different companies that make a bunch of these, and they work really well. I use them constantly all the time. That's why I decided this year to go in on some soft plastics and try out a bunch of stuff from Eurotackle, and been pretty impressed so far. So definitely gonna keep ordering some of their gear for future years to come. So we'll get that new edit uploaded. I hope, you know, you guys at least go out there and try out ice fishing a little bit. Like I said, you don't really need much. Maybe like I said, a spud bar, rod, or just some line and a hook, and you can get out there and catch fish through the ice. Like I said, though, be cautious on thickness of the ice when you're out there. It's good to have ice picks like these. They you can put them around your neck like this to carry them around, or you can pull them apart so you can stab them in the ice to be able to pull yourself out of areas that you kind of rust up for some reason. But it doesn't really matter as long as you have something to stab in the ice to pull you out of the ice. That's the main thing. So yeah, pretty much just need a spud bar, something to make a hole with. If the ice is really thick, you probably want an auger. Just helps out, obviously. Something to like scoop your hole out. You can't just use your hand. Obviously that's gonna make your hand cold a little bit, but it's no big deal. Lots of people have done it for years. Dress warm. Big thing in ice fishing, just dress warm so you're comfortable the whole time you're out there. Bring a heater maybe with you, or a shanty and stuff like that, so you can be set up and just comfortable. The biggest thing I feel like with going ice fishing is, as long as you're comfortable, you're usually having a lot of fun. So yeah, I hope you guys at least check out the video, give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. We got lots more ice fishing to go, and then of course the transition into spring. Couple of trips planned that are going to be coming up in this next couple months, so definitely stay tuned. We're going to be heading down to California, doing some fishing down there around AZ, and yeah, it's just it'll be a good couple of months, so stay tuned, and we'll be ready, I promise. Alright guys, it's gonna do it. Thanks for tuning in. Any comments, drop them below and I'll be sure to answer them. Thanks for tuning in, guys.